Take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Unity of Springfield. We're so happy you're here today. We're going to start our service with a different song than what you'll see up here. We decided to make a last-minute change, and what we're going to do today is number 46 in the Blue Book Welcome Song. So turn to 46 in there, and we'll get started with this song in just a second. Everybody ready? Listen, take it.
Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore. Now you're family. Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome, I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore. Now you're family. You're not a stranger anymore. Now you're family.
Thank you, Alyssa. Well, we light the Christ candle as a part of our connection to the greater unity movement. We connect and hold individual ministries in prayer each week. This week we hold all the ministries in the state of Montana in prayer. So let's close our eyes for just a moment as we go within and open our hearts, our minds, our whole being to the flow of Spirit. And we think of this state to the northwest of us, Montana, all of its people, And we see everyone being blessed with all that they need to live their lives to their fullest. And we encircle the entire globe with a ribbon of love, of light, and support. And we see everybody receiving the guidance, the sustenance, and the comfort that they need to take their next right steps forward in life. And for this we are grateful and give thanks, and so it is. Amen. And now we welcome our platform assistant, Bill Shepard, up here to share our announcements.
Good morning. And again, welcome to Unity. We're so glad you're here today, and we extend a special welcome to those of you visiting for the first time. On your way in, you should have received a welcome packet, and we also have a gift for you. So see one of our greeters after today's service. Unity is a worldwide spiritual movement. We are an inclusive community and welcome all people. Today is Birthday Sunday, so we invite those with February birthdays to stand, and the congregation will sing a birthday song for you. So all the birthdays, none whatsoever.
I have a February birthday.
What's that?
I have a February birthday.
Okay. Well, we have one. Okay. Wonderful. Happy birthday to you.
That was weird.
A few announcements to share with you today. Join us today after the service in Margaret Kane Hall for our monthly fellowship potluck and birthday celebration. Reiki treatments will be offered after the potluck today in the Reiki room. Use the sign-up sheet located in the foyer or ask any one of our Reiki practitioners wearing an orange lanyard to receive a free 10 to 15-minute treatment. If you are number 1 and 2 on the sign-up sheet, go directly to the Reiki room after the potluck to begin your treatment. Other participants, please continue to enjoy fellowship in Margaret Kane Hall until you are called by one of the practitioners. The 9 o'clock spiritual speaking class on Sundays is currently studying the book Hell in the Hallway, Light at the Door by Ellen Davenport. Books are available in our bookstore, so pick yours up, read a few chapters, and join us. Everyone is invited to join us for our new Mindful Peace Monday's Peace Circle on Monday from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We will gather on Zoom to take a collective breath and a deep inhale of renewal, connecting with one another in loving kindness to bring more peace to our world. Wednesday at 5:30, Karen Kelly will lead the gathering meditation via Zoom, creating a sacred space for quiet, introspective meditation. You are invited to participate in the monthly Healing Crystal Ball meditation with Peggy Patty on Thursday, February 5th at 6 o'clock. Immerse yourself in the soothing, healing vibrations as we send harmony, peace, and balance into our community and into our world. There is a suggested love offering of $15. All are welcome to join in the flute circle with David Tell On Thursdays, February 12th at 1 o'clock, and that is held here in the sanctuary. Beginners are encouraged to come as well. Our Board of Trustees has approved plans to renovate the Reiki room, which will continue to be used for expanded Reiki treatments. Before we begin the update, we'd love to find new homes for some of the extra chairs, lamps, and tables currently in the space. If any of these items would be useful to you, please stop by the Reiki room, take a look, and let us know which pieces you'd like. Everything is being offered at no cost and will be available on a first-come, first service basis. Contact Ron Harilek. Reverend Alden will be facilitating a 6-week course on Lenten starting February 18th through March 25th on Wednesdays from 1 to 2. In order to get on the road to becoming spiritually free, successful, happy, healthy, prosperous, and fully functional, we must lighten our load of negative baggage. The result will be lifting up our awareness from our previous experience of mental, emotional baggage into our natural state of spiritual freedom. The class is based on the Unity booklet, Release and Reimagine, Lent 2026, available free of charge in the bookstore. Join us for Unity's open mic music event happening Saturday, February 21st, reception following with refreshments. Child care will be provided and a love offering is accepted. To participate, contact Gay Kick to lock in your space. There will be 2 opportunities to attend a 1-hour membership orientation facilitated by Reverend Alden on Sunday, March 1st at 12:30 after the potluck, and on Wednesday, March 4th at 6:30 p.m. This class is required by all who wish to become voting members of Unity of Springfield and will cover Unity's 5 essential teachings: history of Unity's movement, history of Unity of Springfield, and service opportunities within the spiritual community. Registration is required, so sign up either in the lobby or Margaret Kane Hall. Emails are sent out weekly that have information on current happenings and how to join in events. To sign up for our emails, ask a greeter for a yellow card to fill out, or visit our website to subscribe. Also, check out our website for up-to-date information at unityofspringfield.org. We would like to give a special thanks to Chris Zelli and Doris Hollerick for helping with the annual giving statements mailings. Creating our lives and our world through the thoughts and beliefs we hold in mind is a spiritual participation principle we practice at Unity of Springfield. And we also know this truth: there is only one and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. In our vision statement, a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. Our mission statement: we recognize God as love, individualized in all people. Therefore, we provide a positive environment for spiritual growth that empowers all to be God's love in the world. Our youth and family ministry affirmation: our youth and family ministry encompasses with loving kindness and acceptance, creating a sacred space for teens and young adults to explore, discover, and experience spirituality. And our platformer, Linda Cantor, will now read today's Daily Word.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our daily word for today is intention. My intention is to act with love and kindness. Setting an intention, deciding at the start of the day to be loving, considerate, and compassionate colors all my interactions and activities. It's making a commitment to myself that no matter how the day unfolds, no matter what happens, and no matter what other people may do, I will remain steadfast. I begin with God. After a time of prayer and meditation, I envision divine love opening my heart and kindness inspiring my words. The sacred connection I feel in prayer elevates me above the cares and concerns of daily life, making it easier for me to be serene and unperturbed by any irritations I encounter. My intention is to carry the gifts of spiritual living with me always, my blessings to share. And from Jeremiah 9:24, I act with steadfast love, justice, and righteousness in the earth, for in these things I delight, says the Lord. Again, our word for today is intention, and if you would join me in the affirmation, my intention is to act with love and kindness. And before we hear today's meditation and message from Reverend Alden, we have special music being performed by a mystery guest, Reverend Alden. Ta-da!
Wow. You haven't, we need some sound here. Red, thank you. You haven't even heard me sing yet, and you're already clapping. I don't know. I guess that's thanks in advance, which we teach in Unity. Many of you are probably wondering where Gay is. Gay is taking the month off as music director, so we'll be having a kind of guitar Sunday and things for the next while, and having to do a virtual service for the third time last week kind of has disrupted some of what we had organized, but we are adjusting, as we all are. And since it's, cold outside, does anybody not think it's cold outside? Okay, good, we have agreement. I thought I'd do a song about warmth. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA, California, dreaming on such a winter's day. Stopped into a church, I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees and I pretend to pray. You know the preacher like the coal. He sounds, I'm gonna stay. Hey, California dreaming on such a winter's day. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. Hey, I've been for a walk on a winter's day. If I didn't tell her I could leave today. Hey, California dreaming on such a winter's day, California dreaming. On such a winter's day, California dreaming. On such a winter's day.
Reverend Alden,
Yes.
it was 79 in San Diego the other day.
I should have done a song on San Diego, I think. Well, for those of you who don't know, I used to live in LA a few years ago. And it's a place where you don't generally worry about how the weather's going to be, you know? So, anyway. Well, now's our time and our opportunity to take a deep dive into that deep pool of energy, of love, of support that lies deep within us. And when we're on the surface of our lives, we're running here, we're running there, we're accomplishing things in the outer world. We're not always aware that underneath it all, that we are supported, that we're loved, that we're nurtured, that we're lifted up. And so it's important for us to reconnect with our source, the source of our lives, the source of our being, and to directly feel and experience our oneness with Spirit. And when we do that, all of the confusion and consternation and irritation and everything in the outer world that seems to de-energize us, drag us down, all that seems to disappear instantly, as if it never existed. And so if any of us have been experiencing any of these emotions or feelings of being disempowered by whatever's going on in our lives or in the world in general, dive deep right now into the heart of who each of us is and reestablish that inner connection with the one presence and power and source of all there is. And this is something that we as spiritual beings living in a human existence, human expression, need to do on a regular basis. Right now, in this moment, here in this place or wherever we're experiencing this service right now. And to do so each day, more than once. And especially when we feel like we're not quite ourselves. And by ourselves, I mean our best selves. And so we feel this life and light and energy of spirit flowing through us now, restoring us, making us whole, well, filling our lives with an abundance of all that is needed for us to enjoy life in human form, to be the best human beings that we can be. And so through this process of relaxation and inner openness, we free ourselves from the challenges and burdens of the outer by reclaiming ourselves, our connection with the inner source. And so for the next couple of minutes, we now sit in the quiet and calm peace and warmth of this place or wherever we're experiencing this time of inner reflection and meditation. And we do so by simply letting the source, letting spirit nurture us and bless us for a moment in the silence. There is a river of good that is constantly flowing through each one of us, coming from this greater pool and lake of good that is infinite, infinite in its blessing, infinite in its ability to transform and support every one of us. And as we come out of meditation, we bring that awareness with us, that feeling of being connected. And we remember that as we go about our everyday lives and check in on that awareness whenever we need to. And for this opportunity we have had to be here now and experience our oneness with Spirit, we are grateful and give thanks in the name and through the power of the living Christ presence within us all. And so it is. Amen. I want to thank everybody that helps make this service possible, because it's not a one-man band unless it's a virtual service, and then it's kind of a one-man band, but sorry. One of my favorite songs from Three Dog Night. Anyway, saw them perform it in 1970 when I was 13 years old at the HIC, the Honolulu International Center. Now I'm starting to go off in a nostalgic rant over here, aren't I? Okay. I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, back to what I want to talk about. I'm really excited about what we're doing here with our Mindful Mondays Peace Circle. And this week it will be only on Zoom, but we plan to have it both on Zoom and in our youth and family room. And this is being spearheaded by Jen, our youth and family director, and I also call her my community organizer, I guess is the best word I would use to describe a lot of the other things she does, but I'm really excited about all that. But anyway, everybody who makes this service possible, today thank you, Alyssa, for helping with the songs and suggesting we change the first one. 'Cause at least I didn't know it real well, and I had even tried to practice it. But Bill and Linda, thank you for being on the platform today to, I guess it's a Studebaker affair back in the tech booth today with Donna and Danny, Ruth and Carol, our greeters, thank you. Thank you to Chris Farashon, and welcome to everybody watching us today on YouTube and Facebook. So Mindful Mondays, check this out. If this is something that's interesting for you to go to and help you find a greater place of peace within yourself, you can be among other people who are also working on that. Also, before I start my talk, I want to share with you something from Unity. And maybe you've heard that Unity, we're going through all kinds of changes there in terms of our organization. We are no longer just Unity Worldwide Ministries and Unity Worldwide Headquarters. We are now Unity, U-N-I-T-Y, real simple. And I want to share with you a message from our incoming chair of Unity. And this is from Juan Del Hierro. He is the minister of Unity of Miami, Florida. And he writes, "Friends, I wanted to make sure you knew that Unity has now released a statement, which has been posted on our social channels. I know many of you have been waiting for this, and we thank you for your patience, care, and nudges you've offered. This statement is offered as a pastoral response to the pain, fear, and unrest following the recent events in Minnesota, and it is grounded in the core of our Unity spiritual anchors. It has also been posted in the Unity Communities and Leaders Facebook page, and we ask for your partnership with it. That space is intended as a place where ministries who have discerned sacred action can share what they are doing locally. It is a living exchange of prayer and action, mutual support, and inspired ideas. Our hope is that this statement becomes a shared expression of our collective heart and our commitment to showing up." And here's the statement. Unity stands with every person grieving and hurting and afraid in Minnesota and beyond after the recent fatal shootings and unrest in Minneapolis, where community members lost their lives in confrontations with federal agents, and tensions have shaken hearts and homes. We affirm with unwavering love that every person without exception is a beloved expression of the divine, deserving of compassion, dignity, safety, and peace. In these deeply painful moments, we hold before us the spiritual anchors that have guided the unity movement for more than a century. The oneness of all humanity, the inherent worth and goodness of every soul, the call to practice nonviolence in thought, word, and action, the vision of healing and wholeness for all people. We recognize the real trauma communities are experiencing. We also acknowledge that systems and structures sometimes act in ways that cause harm. As a spiritual community, we are all called to stand firmly in truth, while seeing beyond fear, and to use our voices, prayers, and actions to help call forth a world where compassion, justice, and peace prevail. As a spiritual community, we call for the spiritual leaders in our movement and beyond, the country's civic leaders and beyond, to act in meaningful ways that bring greater unity and harmony to all communities. If you or your communities are feeling anxious, afraid, or are in need of spiritual support right now, please know you are not alone. Okay, we need some volume here, please.
Up high, and don't be afraid of the dark, for at the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone, and you'll never walk Thank you.
We're not alone. Well, this is a talk I would have done last week. We're going to do it today. It's called Thee and Thou. The owl on that side, that's thee. You see thee over there, and then there's thou on the right. And they're really nice birds. They tell me that they're very wise and that they demand a certain amount of respect. But sometimes they get into like a little tiff and they start talking to each other. And they argue with each other. What art thou doing? 'Tis nothing to thee. And they keep going back and forth like this until finally, Would thou want a piece of me? Thee, thou doth not scareth me. And then I have to intervene. Hey, thee and thou, knock it off. Knock it off. You know, the language of these owls is very archaic, isn't it? Nobody talks this way today. It's very Shakespearean or King James Bible-ish, isn't it? If you encountered someone speaking in this manner, you probably thought that they dropped in a time machine from 1500. And like this guy. Would thou direct me to the nearest melocrane? But what if we used this kind of language a little bit in our spiritual work? What if we refer to one another as thee and thou? What if we did that? You might be wondering what the heck I'm talking about. Thee and thou. Has Reverend Alden gone full Amish or something? You know, come to think of it, he is from Indiana, Amish country. So let's take a look at these old pronouns. Let's take a look at pronouns in a general sense. And pronouns have become, I would say, laser focused these days. There are many Zoom meetings that I've attended, maybe you have as well, where a person's specified label is there for us to see. I'm going to show you mine. This is me. This is me back in Florida. And you can see I'm in the meeting there. I got my name. That's always good. But I also have my pronouns, he and him. So if anybody is in a meeting with me and they see that, they know to talk to me as he and him. Have you encountered this? I'm sure that many of you have. It means if I put this on the screen, I'm identifying as male. And so people in the meeting will call me he or him. I don't generally do this. A lot of meetings I go to, they just want you to put your name, so I just have Alden Struderigger, and that works fine for me. But for many people, the use of pronouns often varies. Pronouns are individual to each human being. We may or may not identify by the accustomed pronouns of our birth sex. And it's more complex than that. I'm still learning about it, to be honest. But self-identification is important to a lot of folks. I remember when I first came here to Unity of Springfield, my first week, walking down the hall, walking into Margaret Kane Hall, and people asking me, do we call you Reverend Studebaker? And my response was, call me whatever's comfortable for you, which was probably confusing. Well, I don't know what to do with that, but I'm often asked, well, do you identify as Reverend? And I would say, sometimes. Sometimes not so much, but most of the times. Most of the time I identify as Alden. Or like, yo, dude. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Of course, this isn't a pronoun. My first name, Alden, it's my primary noun of who I am, my name. I'll be honest, I'm still getting used to my name. You know, I'm going to have a birthday this month. So right now, I'm still 68. It's taken me 68 years to get used to the name Alden. And its various pronunciations. And there's somebody who doesn't know me and they see it written there and they're going to talk to me. They go, I hear all kinds of things. And my favorite, it's got to be Aldine. My Southern name. I like that Southern name. But not everyone identifies by their given name at birth or their pronoun based on their sex at birth. And this can take many directions and definitions, and a need for all of us to understand them. And I want to keep these definitions as understandable and as simple as possible, because I do not have a degree in gender studies. I'm learning. I'm a student. And so we're going to start with some basic definitions. The word binary. Binary. You'll hear this. In gender, the gender binary is the traditional idea that there are only two distinct opposite genders, male and female. Often linked to sex assigned at birth, it's a system that categorizes people either as a man or a woman, contrasting with non-binary identities which encompass genders outside these two categories, reflecting a wider spectrum of human gender experiences. Binary. Hold that thought for a moment. And we move to non-binary. What is that? Non-binary gender identity describes people whose internal sense of self isn't exclusively male or female, falling outside the traditional gender binary. It's an umbrella term for diverse experiences, including identifying as both neither, a mix, or a fluctuating gender with specific labels like gender fluid, agender, bigender, or genderqueer. Non-binary people may or may not also identify as transgender and often use pronouns like they, them, though this varies. So not everyone's gender and pronouns fit in the same box. Not everyone's gender identities even stay the same. There is sometimes a fluidity to them, a transitional nature to them. And so to look at this from this non-binary umbrella graphic I've put up here, there's things such as being agender, no gender, genderless, neither male or female, gender fluid, changing, in flux, and over time might be something else, bi or pangender, two or more genders, transgender, gender differing from one's birth sex. Now, if this all seems confusing to any of you, you're not alone. It has been for me when I first became acquainted with this subject. Back in Cincinnati, where I was a minister for 10 years at Garden Park Unity, I had a member of my church who was transgender. Her name was Sharon. She identified as Sharon, she identified as she. She was a very tall woman, blonde hair, nice person, married to a man named Joby. They're a wonderful couple in our church. But Sharon was born male. And for a number of years, their pronouns were he and him. And also was not just identified as he or him, but also as Reverend. Sharon had been a minister in her past life experience. And one time she came to me and said, I have all these Bible study books. Would you like them? I said, sure. I still have a few of those in my library. We have here in our church, right out there in the lobby, a little table with all of these pronoun buttons. These are available to any of us who would like to have one, wear one. And being the parent of a transgender child, I have to tell you, has been an education in pronouns and needing to learn the fluidity aspects of things from he to they to she is something I work with every day inside my mind. And it doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes time. And what I need to do to get my pronouns straight is to pause and say she instead of he, as I did in the past. A 2022 Pew Research Center report said that they estimate that there are about 1.2 million LGBTQ adults in the United States, and identify specifically as non-binary. With a high concentration among younger urban demographics, it's even higher, at 1.6, and 5% among adults under 30. What I'm simply trying to indicate and share with that bit of data there is that this identification as non-binary in one way or another is something that is expanding. It is growing. And it's incumbent upon us to respect one another's pronouns. And this respecting is about acknowledging how someone else feels about themselves. It's about acknowledging how someone else feels about themselves. So how does this relate to spirituality? How does it relate to our teachings? Let's put a couple of them up here. These are the first two unity essential principles. Number one, God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power, and God is good and everywhere present. And number two, our essence is of God, and therefore we are inherently good. Do you see anything about gender in any of these statements? I don't. So could it be that God, of which we are the essence of God in creation as human beings, could God be genderless? Neither male or female without any human attributes? I want to share a video with you that was sent to me recently by some Unity folk. And let me just let it play for you.
And so again, when you talk about God as a creative being, creating in an image that's not defined by human binaries, then I think we have to kind of scale that back and realize that if God isn't of binary, God doesn't create in binary.
And I think if we're talking to faith leaders, I think one of the things that they need to understand, hopefully they do, is just how much power they wield in shaping ideas and thoughts and their congregation.
Was that both individuals who identified as trans male and those who identified as trans female, both of them had higher than normal and higher than expected levels of belief in God and prayer, but they both tied as the lowest number in our entire survey of any affinity group that attended church or participated in the faith community. For me, that's really a way to say, right? That we have individuals who are very spiritual, who have a deep longing for connection and community. Structures are a great way to communicate the culture and a way to prevent it. Something that's really important for me personally is that I am doing life with people who have permission to say that did feel right, but I know that I'm very privileged because of my time in this spiritual community. And therefore, I have with great power, great responsibility. I have the responsibility to cultivate the culture that everyone wants to see more of in the world, in this community. Create a space that I want to come to and also believe me.
Okay. If we're going to connect with people who are looking for connection, but who are themselves identifying as non-binary, we've got to be aware and conscious of our own use of references of God, our knowledge, our pronouns, and our language. And we look at that and think, oh, wait a minute, didn't Jesus call God Father? That's the word in Aramaic was Abba. That's translated as actually Daddy. It's a male concept. In Hinduism, there are all kinds of gods of different sexes. Male, female goddesses, Parvati, Durga, Shakti, Devi, Kali. But these are human attributes that are projected and placed on something that we call the infinite. And how can the infinite be one or the other? Why do we do this? If God is genderless, I like to think of these gods, these references, as an entryway into a more expanded understanding of what the infinite is. And that we might start out with God as daddy and his father and this loving father kind of figure, but then at one point we start to realize God's a whole lot more than just that. But that was my portal into a greater understanding of the infinite. We look in the Bible and we read, there is neither Jew nor Greek, slave nor free, male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. Neither male nor female. There isn't this binary or aspect to humanity. We're all from one substance, one energy, one life. The Neoplatonic philosopher Plotinus said this: there is one and the same soul and many bodies. Well, back to our friends, thee and thou. How can they be supportive of us with pronouns? Well, I think they would say, if you're encountering someone who identifies, maybe very obviously, in a non-binary way, verify with them and ask them what words or pronouns they would use to describe themselves. And then respect them and do your best to use the pronouns that affirm their identity, how they feel about themselves, because that's what this is really about. And it's up to us to kind of pause a little bit, just hit the pause button. We all know what the pause button looks like, these little slashes like this. Hit the pause button. And remember how I mentioned how these guys can maybe help us a little bit? If we're ever unsure about somebody's pronoun, we can use thee and thou. How thou art today. How art thee? Because when we're doing that, what are we doing? We're honoring the Spirit of God and the Christ and the goodness of the other person. So, art thou today. That's going to take some work, isn't it? I need Alyssa's help right now with a song. Hi, Alyssa. Where do we put the music? Here's the music. And you want air guitar or guitar? I'll get my
It's
guitar.
real guitar, yeah.
Real guitar?
It's number 37 in your blue books, The Song of the Universe.
We're each a note.
In the song of the universe, each a part of the whole. So let your note be a part of the symphony to satisfy your soul. Each one of us makes our own special music. Everyone is unique. When we let our song come forth, we find the love let your note be a part of the symphony to satisfy your soul, to satisfy your soul.
Thank you, Alyssa. And thank you, guitar, for helping me out with that. And thank you for all of your patience and forgiveness for my missing a whole line of that song with my guitar. But you did well. You did. Well, we now have an opportunity to support our ministry through our love, our gifts, our tithes, our love offerings. And if you came here today with an offering to share, we have bowls in the front and back of the church to receive your gift. If you'd like to give electronically, you can go to our website, unityofspringfieldil.org, and go to the Donate tab on the page. This should be coming up on your screen if you're watching virtually right now. You can also text to give at 217-335-4121. And you can mail us checks here at 417 East Cordelia, Springfield, Illinois, 62703. And now let us join together in our offering blessing together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. Amen. Let us now pray together our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now let us rise and form a circle as we sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth. We will need the volume up and hit 2 times on that song.